Jai Shri Ram. Now it is the turn of Canto 23. Evil omens to Khara, the army approaches Ram's hermitage. As the aforesaid dreadful army marched on, an exceptionally terrible cloud, greyish in colour like a donkey, showered inauspicious blood-red water. The horses, possessed of great speed, yoked to his chariot, fell down by accident on the highway on the level ground strewn with flowers. Round the sun there appeared a darkish red-edged halo, looking like a revolving firebrand. Approaching the standard raised high on a golden pole, a gigantic and most frightful vulture settled on it. Reaching the precincts of Janasthana, carnivorous beasts and birds, uttering shrill cries, raised various discordant notes, and in the sunlit quarter, terrible jackals, making a great noise, uttered a frightful yell, foreboding ill luck to the ogres. Fearful clouds carrying blood in the form of water and looking like elephants in rut screened the heavens. A fearful and thick darkness that caused the hair to stand prevailed. Neither the quarters nor the intermediate points were clearly discernible. Evening shades resembling a canopy drenched with blood fell before time, and frightful beasts and birds cried at that time, facing Khara. Foreboding danger, buzzards, jackals, and vultures uttered shrill notes, and female jackals, invariably bringing disaster in war and presenting a terrible aspect, shrieked with their mouths, vomiting fumes. Again, a headless human figure resembling an iron club appeared near the sun. The great planet Rahu, now identified with the shadow of Earth, obscured the sun even when there was no time for it. The wind blew violently and the sun became lusterless. Stars flashing like fireflies appeared even when there was no light. Lotus ponds found their lotuses withered and their fishes and aquatic birds hidden in its depth. At that moment, the trees were bereft of their blossom and fruit, and dust, greyish as the cloud, arose even without wind. Minas started wobbling in that region, and even meteors presenting a terrible aspect descended with a crash. Nay, the earth with its mountains, forests, and woodlands violently shook. Again, while the wise Khara was thundering in his chariot, his left arm throbbed violently and his voice grew faint. While he was looking around, his vision got bedimmed with tears. A pain also arose in his forehead, yet he did not give up his folly. Observing those stunning evil portents of stirring nature sprung up at that moment, and laughing loudly, the celebrated Khara said to all the ogres constituting his armies, "Banking on my strength, I do not care for all these stupendous evil portents sprung up, even though they are terrible to look at, any more than a powerful man does for weaklings. With my sharp arrows, I can even shoot down the stars from the heavens. Highly enraged, I shall invest death himself with mortal nature. I dare not return without killing with my sharp arrows the celebrated Ram, a scion of Raghu, proud of his strength, and his brother Lakshman too. Let my sister Surpanakha, with reference to whom a wrong act has been done by Ram and Lakshman, will have her desire fulfilled by drinking their blood. A defeat has never been faced by me on the fields of battle. This is evident to you. I am not telling a lie. Enraged in battle, I can make short work even of Indra, the lord of celestials, riding on the mad Airavat, holding the thunderbolt in his hand, to say nothing of these two mortals. Hearing his roar, that huge army of ogres, caught as it were in the noose of death, derived joy that knew no parallel. Longing to witness the encounter, high-souled rishis, seers of Vedic mantras, gods and Gandharvas, celestial musicians, as well as Siddhas, a class of demigods, endowed with mystic powers from their very birth, along with Karanas, celestial birds, assembled there and meeting together, the aforesaid beings of meritorious deeds, who were friendly to all, spoke to one another as follows. May all be well with the cows and the Brahmans, as well as with those who are highly esteemed by the people. Even as Lord Vishnu, holding the discus in his hands, conquered all the foremost of demons, may Sri Ram, a sign of Raghu, conquer the ogres born in the line of sage Pulastya. Speaking as aforesaid and saying many other such things, the greatest of rishis as well as gods, seated in their aerial cars, in whom curiosity had sprung up, beheld there the army of those ogres, the sands of whose life had already run out. Khara, for his part, hurriedly rode in his chariot beyond his army, while Srenagami, Pruthugriva, Yajna Shatru, Vihangama, Durjaya, Raksha, Parusa, Kalakarmuka, Hemamali, Mahamali, Sarpasya, and Rudhira Sana, these 12 who were possessed of great prowess, marched round about Khara. Mahakapala, Sthulaksha, Pramatha, and Trishira, these 4 followed at the heels of Dushana at the head of the army, eagerly seeking a combat. The most formidable army of Rakshas warriors, possessed as it was with terrible impetuosity, suddenly approached those 2 princes like a group of planets rushing towards the moon and the sun. Thus ends Canto 23 in the Aranyakand of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. Jai Shri Ram.